Happy homebrew weekend. This is a late night one. I'm being a bit quiet. My son's asleep. Right there, where I got like an air mattress out in the rumpus room upstairs. We got a Christmas tree in the corner. He just likes sleeping um, on the blow up mattress, like on the lead up to Christmas. It's Saturday night, 11:28 p.m. 21st of December, 2024. It's kind of just sitting watching a movie. It's some rubbish called The Witch from 2015, it looks like. And I started doing a bit of like a download, like all the stuff that I have to do, or the brewing that I have to do, or the podcasts that we've got going on, anything else that I've got to do. And I used to love doing these downloads when I was in FM, in particular when I was working at Westfield, just because we had so much shit on the go all the time. So, yeah, kind of did a little bit of a download, and I thought it might be a good idea to do it as a homebrew weekend. I don't have any beers with me. I've had a couple of cheekies today, did a bunch of yard work. Yeah, just kind of want to recap. I'm a little way in, like 3-4 months into this homebrew weekends thing. I'm really enjoying it. So just a little bit about, I just need to not hit pause, but like, okay, well, what have we got going on? And what do I have to do to see out the year and to hit all these goals that I've made for myself? So the first sort of thing we got is, we've got basically 3 big categories. We've got beer brewing, the podcast, and other news. That's what I've chalked it down to. So on the brewing front, I really want to start getting into like just beers I want to drink. Like a steam ale. I've listed that. I want to do a steam ale. But we've got a project going on, which is the Homebrew Challenge. Like we want to brew all 120 beers as per the BJCP. On top of that, though, I just need beers for my fermenter. Quick stuff like the kits. But I also want to brew for competition. So it's just I almost need like a brewing schedule, and to kind of, I need to stick to it. I need to find time for it and to stick to it. If I really want to do these things, then I have to stick to it. So I've got another beer in the fermenter as of yesterday. I put a Mosaic XPA fresh work kit into the fermenter. I brewed that yesterday, which was the 20th of December. I made a video about it too. 3-minute brew day or something like that. I'll put a little thing there. 3-minute brew day. A lot of fun, really easy. I actually checked on it today, and I don't think, because I used a Mangrove Jack's West Coast yeast packet, the ferment didn't kick off like I thought it would. So I've actually just pitched some USO5, because I've been having some real good success with USO5 lately. I just was like, you know what, that should be krausening by now. It should be doing something. Maybe I had a dud packet of yeast. USO5, warmed it up, pitched it. I'll check on it tomorrow and see how that's going. But it's I think I had a dud pack with the West Coast. My Dunkelweiss, my Earl Grey Dunkelweiss is bottled, like that's bottle conditioned. That's ready to taste. So I bottled that on the 6th of December. So it's the 21st of December now. So that's no problem. Like I've just got to put a couple of those in the fridge, do a tasting, and then I'm going to submit that for competition as well. We've got the Necatron XPA. I know it's a Nectron, it's like saying Necatron. XPA, that's carbonating in the keg. So I've got that sitting at 10 psi. That went into the keg on the 18th. So that's going to be ready to taste on the 23rd. I'm going to serve that for Christmas. That's 4.6%. That was 1045. So it was a 1060 15 litre fresh wet kit. I liquored it back with 5 litres of liquor to make it a 20 litre batch, which using the online Brewer's Friend calculator. I'll put that there too in the link. Brewer's Friend ABV calculator or whatever. I was able to tell that was going to go down to 10.45. So 10.45 to 10.10 is 4.6%. Perfect, easy drinking beer. It's real sessional tasting. Tasted great out the snipe. I'm really looking forward to trying that one. I've got a mead as well. I forgot about that. That was the Don't Hide My Honey mead. Georgie got some honey from her father. Didn't tell me, so when I found it, I made alcohol out of it because I knew she was saving it for toast. I was going to go 2 ways with that, so that's pretty much ready for secondary. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to plug the battery in. Sorry, battery's plugged in. Turns out on my Dell computer from 2008, if you run OBS at the same time as you have Microsoft Word open, it just obliterates the battery. That went from like 30% to nothing in like 10 seconds. Anyway, we were talking about mead, so I was going to go one of 2 ways. I was going to make it a stone fruit mead. I think that's called like a miser or something like that. I'll have to put the actual what it is there. I was going to do apricots in that. I love apricots. Or I was going to put on some cold brew coffee and some cacao nibs and make it like a mocha. Don't say mocha like that, like a mocha mead or something like that. I want to put. I've been wanting to put it on cold brew coffee for a while, but I think the cacao would really add something else to the coffee and the honey. And anyway, so that's what I want to do there. I've also got to brew my American wheat. That's. I was so excited for that. I haven't got an opportunity because I can't do all grain easily at the moment because I don't have a full brew kit. I need to do brew in a bag, which isn't bad, but I need 4 hours. I don't have 4 hours. Also, on top of that, I need to get a 3rd beer brewed because I've already committed to 3 beers. For the SA brewing competition in February, which is wheat. And so far I've got 1. So I had so much time to get them done too, and I just don't know what I've done. I just haven't got there. And I want to enter 3 beers because at least I get 3 new beers judged and some feedback and some, I get that whole thing. But it also means that I save myself enough room to be able to judge, to be available to judge. Because you can't sit on a table where your beer will be judged, right? That's just a rule. So if I put too many beers into competition, I can't judge at all. I don't know if I'll be able to judge, by the way, on the day, but I'd like to have the option there if I want to. So the idea was to brew a Dunkelweiss, an American wheat, and a Weiss beer for that. And I want to put all 3 of those in. I was thinking of switching it to wheat beer just because I really want to drink a wheat beer really badly. And they're kind of fun to brew because you got the coriander, a little bit of cumin, some orange peel. You get to do some stuff like that. But I also know that I can really quickly and easily whip up like 10-litre batch of Weiss beer like on the stovetop. And I don't have to temp control that either. So that's why I want to do that. And I haven't brewed one before properly. Like I've brewed wheat beers, yes. I haven't brewed like a proper Weiss beer. I haven't tried to brew to style. So I want to do that. I do want to do that. And I also want to do that with a wheat beer, but I'd love to be on a table judging wheat beers. Conundrum, you see. What else have I got? I really want to go through my YouTube channel and just give all the videos a bit of a refresh, a bit of an update. Like, I know that you can do chapters on your videos. I haven't done that for any of them, for sure. Maybe update some of the rubbish thumbnails. And I really want to go through the descriptions and update contact info, stuff like that. Every time I say in a video, and we'll link that, chances are that's not linked at all, or the link's wrong, or something like that. So I really want to get that kind of sorted. That's the main bit for the beer brewing. The next thing is the podcast. So the completion of a couple of beers. We've got a couple of beers ready to go, beers that I've brewed, and that was always the thing. You brew a beer, you take it to the podcast, you compare it to its commercial equivalent, have some fun with the lads. You know, it's a good way to catch up with the boys, check how we're going with brewing, stuff like that. So you have a couple of options ready, which is really cool. And Simo was really keen to interview the Selegno team. Like they're the guys who brew in barrels, like ferment in barrels, and then condition in barrels, and the beers taste really awesome. He wanted he wants to organise it, but he wants me to organise it, so I have to do that for him. That's going to be cool. So we've got the Dunkelweiss beer podcast to do, its commercial equivalent, and then something else. I'm going to keep, not that I'm doing them in segments, I'm having each segment almost be a standalone podcast, like a 20, 30-minute podcast. But when we sit down to do them, I think we always need to do 3. That's just how it's been forever in a day. 3 segments, 3 levels now. Homebrew beer, commercial equivalent, have some fun, you know? Even though the whole thing's fun. And we're going to do a podcast on the Necatron XPA. And I've actually, there's no Necatron XPA by All In Brewing Co. But they do have an All In XPA. So I want to compare the two, because the All In IPA was super similar, the Freshwork kit, to the commercial beer. So, yeah, kind of looking forward to doing that. And then something else for segment 3. What else have we got here? Oh, the book of series. So I found the Book of Ale on an old hard drive, and that was cool. I sat, and for 4 or 5 days at night, or 4 or 5 nights, I edited the whole thing, synced the video, which didn't have audio, which made syncing our actual audio really difficult, but I got it done. Released it. The boys loved it. They started texting me back again, which was fucking great. Thank you, boys, you assholes. But it also means that we're ready for the next set of books in the Book of series. So we've got the Book of Ale, the Book of Lager, the Book of Sours, and the Book of Stouts and Porters / hybrids. So I'm writing the Book of Lagers, and that's almost finished. So I've got to remind the gents to start writing their bits. So Duds is doing the Book of Sours, and the Vikes doing the Book of Stouts and Porters, which is going to be really cool. So that's kind of it for the podcast. Yeah, other news. I've still got tons to do with the Keyser. I've got to redo all of the lines. I just want to make sure that there's no leaks on my gas lines in the Keyser, and that if there is a leak, it's on one of my old shitty kegs. Because keg seal kits cost like $5. But if I'm leaking from my manifold, then I have to throw that out and just get another, like, I'm wasting so much money, or no, well, not really at the moment, but I have wasted so much money on CO2 in the past, and I want that to stop being an issue. I just want to connect my gas and go. But there's always so I used to have my CO2 gas and regulator outside of the Keyser, and I have a Kelpie, right? My dog Harley. And he would always like jump over the CO2 canister, knock it over, and if I'd, go out there in the morning, I see it laying down, and by every time I'd pick it up, regulator shows me no more pressure. Like he's hit it enough that it's twisted something or So I started to move it into the Keyser and found that I was having much more success. But then every now and then the boys would come around, they'd push on a line, and I'd get a slow leak, and things happen. So I just want to get it right. I don't want any more leaks. I do have to go through my kegs. I've got an amazing set of kegs. I just need to go through them, check them, test them, get them ready for beer. And we've finally emptied our storage unit, and I've got literal buckets full of brewing gear that I need to sort. I need to organize, repair, or replace. I've just got to do all that stuff. Organize. My shed's getting there, or my garage is getting there. It's just getting one of those things done. Just want to make all my gear good again. Do like almost a stock take. Figure out what I've got. Figure out what I need. Like I was trying to get to a point back in the day, September 2021, where I had like bins of grain ready to go. So I could just like, okay, I've got a free brew day, free day Saturday. Let's do the, I'd love to get to that point at some stage, but that's a little way off at the moment. So I've just got a little note here. It's, I've had people tell me that I make a lot of work for myself out of everything. And this is like a hobby, which is a lot of fun. I love it. I love brewing. But more than one person, many people, have commented that it's weird to give yourself so much work to do. Doesn't it start to feel like a demanding job where you're like under pressure? You got to get these podcasts out. You got to get, these beers done. You got to get these videos made. You got to get this book done. You've got to organize your recipes. And I get it. I get what they're saying, but I don't see it as a demanding job at all. I love giving myself this pressure to do things and deadlines, and otherwise 2 years go by and you do nothing. I don't know, if you don't have these deadlines set, or for me anyway, if I don't have these deadlines set, if I don't give myself projects, I won't do things. So no, I don't see it as a problem whatsoever. I can see how other people see it as a problem, and like it wouldn't be fun for other people, but it's really fun for me to have like my catalog of beer, like, and every beer is perfectly, I've got a commercial level brew sheet for every single beer, and if I send it into competition, I even have the little barcode, a copy of that in there, and then the test, the scores in that folder. And now it's going through organizing those and putting them into a proper making a proper book. It's all these cool little things that you do. I don't know, I like it. And so to cap off the year, we've got the lad from Fair Drinkum Homebrew Podcast. He reached out the other day. This is like kind of one of the impetuses for me wanting to sort out the contact details, because very, very luckily, he emailed me using an old email address that I had tied to the craft beer banter stuff. We created a craft beer banter email address. It's like something at gmail.com. When we did a homebrew competition, we ran our own homebrew competition for Adelaideans who wanted to get their beers judged. And that was how you had to enter, through that website, through that Gmail. And by pure chance, I was scrolling through a phone that had that email still linked, and saw an email from him on the day that he emailed me. So it wasn't even like, it was just super, super coincidental. So I kind of emailed him back straight away and went, hey man, don't email me on this email address. Here's my real email address. Email me on that. We'll talk there and organize that. So we're looking at doing a podcast with him. He's going to interview Simo and I on, it looks like the 28th of December. Which is cool. Looking forward to that. He seems really, really nice. He seems like a really good guy. He's got his own homebrewing channel. He's been homebrewing some really like big podcasts or big homebrew channels too. So it feels kind of weird to go on after like the dude from Brewlosophy, for example. But not really looking forward to that. And on the same day, Simo and I, because that's going to be a mid-arvo, like 1-2 p.m. And Simo and I are going to rip through and get some podcasting done to cap off the night, the weekend, year kind of thing. So I've also got a little note here. I got my Wesset pin and my parchment delivered. So even though I was officially, completed the Wesset level 2 in beer, I have got my parchment. I've got my pin. But I'm going to put that as a discussion for another homebrew weekend because I really want to talk about beer education and stuff like that as its own topic. But I just wanted to say today was a good day, very celebratory. Parchment arrived. Still pissed me right off because A4 letter comes. Do not bend. It's bent to fuck to fit in the PO box. So I pulled it out, put it straight into like a A4 certificate frame, and I've got my pin downstairs, and that's going to go with my 2 other Wesset wine pins, and I've got about 5, I think, Cicerone specialist pins. So I'm working through all of that. But yeah, this was. I don't know how fun it's going to be for you, but this was really fun for me to just download, have a chat, and yeah, just say hello, let you know what's going on in my brain, and what I'm trying to get done, and what I'm doing. So I hope you're well. I hope you're having a really safe and lovely Christmas. I'm hoping to see you one more time before Christmas anyway. What is it, the 21st? Yeah, hopefully one more time. But if not, have a lovely, lovely Christmas. Hope you see your friends and your family, or not if you don't want to. Disappear with your nearest and dearest, and drink some good beer, make some good beer, be happy. But yeah, guess I'll see you on the next one.